Hi guys, Gigahertz again, and this is the second part of our three-part macro series. In this video, we are going to talk about a few little things that you can add to your macros. In the last video, we showed you the difference between things that are on the global cooldown and off the global cooldown and how to best find them. We've left them over here so we can still think about how we want to incorporate them into, our daily spell life. But for this video, I'm going to show you how to make a stop casting macro, a cancel aura macro, and a jammable macro. So here is the first thing I want to show you. Hashtag show tooltip link. All right, the hashtag show tooltip, what that does is it's actually going to make the macro that you create show the tooltip of the ability. Now, if you don't write down show tooltip, it'll still cast the ability, but it won't show you its cooldown or any of its flavor text or whatever. So it's always a good idea to use that show tooltip, and very few people who make macros, in the general public like to do it. So definitely do it. It'll give you a little bit more information, and it also makes things look a little bit cleaner and neater. So that's the first thing. So here's a stop casting macro. The way it works is very simple. If you want to stop casting something, you just hit /stop casting. Put that before the ability that you're going to cast. So if we were in the middle of casting like an Arcane Blast and we got ganked by a rogue and we wanted to blink away as quickly as possible, we would just hit this macro. So just have that inside of your blink, and that means that whenever you blink, you're going to do it so long as you're not in the middle of a global cooldown, regardless of what you're currently doing. And obviously for blink, that has some ups or downs depending on your PvP or PvE. Things like counterspell, though, that's an upside regardless, PvP or PvE. If you want to cast a counterspell and you're in the middle of doing something else, you want to make sure that you stop doing that other thing so you get your counter. Make sure that you make show tooltip, counterspell, stop casting, cast counterspell. Pretty simple. All right. So this third one is a cancel aura. It still has our stop casting because why not? Every time I blink, I want to hit it. If blink is off cooldown and I'm not in the middle of a global cooldown and I know I want to hit it, I don't give a crap what I'm doing. I want to blink when I hit blink. So, that's because I play PvP for the most part, and if I want to blink, I want to blink now. I don't want to wait. Now this cancel aura ice block, this is for a mage, obviously, but for something like a paladin, you could use the same sort of thing. If you wanted to get out of your pally bubble, you would cancel aura and toss whatever the buff is, like up on there. So this is really useful if you want to use your ice block to, let's say, get rid of debuffs, or your counter spell is on cooldown and you just had a chaos bolt get shot at you from Kobrak or whatever, and you're playing cartoons, and you're actually just blocking with an ice block, like boom boom, like done. But then you want to get out of it quickly, so you blink out of it. Or if, let's say, you get ganked by a rogue and you ice block, and then you hit back paddle and blink with your glyph of momentum, and then all of a sudden, you got your glyph of ice block, and you've got a rogue sitting there, and he's frozen to the floor, ready to be turned into a block of ice and downed. Instead of him actually ganking you, you turned it around and ganked him. So that's what that does. It cancels the aura of ice block. Before I show you that in action, I'm going to show you the last one, and that is this kind of mashable ice block. Now, still show tooltip ice block, cast ice block, but right in front of the ice block, we've tossed this exclamation point. And what that means is this macro is telling the game that when we hit our keybind, we only want to cast ice block. We don't want to hit it a second time to get rid of the actual aura, or just to stop it from working. We want it to only work. So that means if we are mashing on Q over and over again, even after the global cooldown is up and it hits again, it doesn't matter. Like, we're not going to be canceling ice block. That's not going to happen because we've created this macro and put it down here. Now, suddenly we decide we want to cancel the macro, the aura. Well, blink is the type of thing that we would use to do that. Or, if you wanted to, you could even toss like your ice lance or your arcane blast or something, to cancel it. That way, like, obviously if you're DPSing, you don't want to be inside of a block of ice. So, you just attach the Cancel Aura ice block, in a macro to Arcane Blast. And then all of a sudden, boom, you can cast your ice block and then get rid of it right away if you were just using it to shed debuffs or whatever. And then you wanted to go about DPSing. That would be how you would do that. And obviously, this if we wanted to, we could just toss in there a stop casting. Sure, like why not? Like if I want to cast an ice block, I want to stop whatever I'm doing and get that ice block off. So there we go. And what I'm going to do is first I'm going to mash on Q and show you that it doesn't disappear. And then I'm just going to hit my blink, and I'm going to show you that when I do that, it does disappear. So we can exit these things and then show you that. Q, fat fingering. Oh my god, I'm trying to. Oh, Q, 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 and then A. Boom. Alright, so that's how that works. Very simple. Those are a few things that you can put into your own macros to adjust the way they work or make them work in specific circumstances. And like I said, this isn't going to spoon feed you actual macros that I use. Maybe someday we will, but for now, I'm just trying to make good gamers better gamers, or gamers who are new better gamers. So that's about it. Thank you very much. Please look forward to the third and final macro video. And I'm so happy to be done with macros because they're sort of boring. So that's about it. Deuces!